One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to Zanis News. I'm your presenter, Sarah Miti, and my sign language caster is John Chulu. Top stories in the news. Luanshya copper mine pumps out over 2 million cubic meters of water. Secretary to the Cabinet launches Public Service Day activities. Government commends Napsa for effective distribution of drugs in Mochinga province. Plus, Napsa expresses concern over non-compliance in paying contributions by local authorities. Zanis News in detail. Luanshya Copper Mines has announced that 2,170,000 cubic meters of water has been pumped out of the mine since the commissioning of the dewatering process by President Hakainde Hichilema in May this year. CNMC Chairperson Wang Jingru says the pumped out water is from the shafts 18, 20, and 28. This came to light when Special Assistant to the President for Finance and Investment, Jito Kayumba, visited the mine to check on the progress of the dewatering process. Kalani Muchima now reports.
On the 28th of May 2024, President Hakainde Hichilema commissioned the dewatering process of the Luanshya copper mines, which has been flooded with 170 million cubic meters of water. This is a mine which was left to die for 23 years, but it is slowly coming back to life following President Hakainde Hichilema's relentless interventions. Following the launch of the dewatering process, the mine has announced that so far 2,170,000 cubic meters of water has been pumped out of the mine from the 6 installed pumps.
The progress of the dewatering so far is very good. We've already received 6 pumps in total, and 7 actual pumps are on the way. So far, the 6 pumps have been installed. Out of 6, 2 are running for dewatering.
28 May up to date, it has been pumped. 2 million cubic meter of water have been pumped out so far.
President Hakainde Hichilema's Special Assistant for Investments, Jito Kayumba, has since made a follow-up tour to check on the progress.
The legacy mine of Luanshya mine has been what has created a sustainability for the economy of Luanshya, but now with this revamping, this taking a mine out of being defunct into being operational, it essentially means that the jobs that you're going to create, the number we're hearing is 3,000. That's very significant for a small town. So that means a lot to us. And then also the $500 million investment means that local entrepreneurs are able to supply, are able to benefit off the investment that's taking place here.
And this particular investment gives life to those activities that had died. And I'm happy to also understand that Rados is also one of the infrastructure that is benefiting from this particular investment, which is very, very key. As government, our position is that we need to grow the economy, not just from one stream, but also from these sectors that may have been understood to be social sectors, but can be also economic sector. And art and creativity is one of those.
Currently, the water is being pumped in downstream rivers, which is being used for agriculture by downstream farmers, and it will also contribute to power generation. The dewatering process is expected to be completed in the next 21 months, after which the mine will begin full-scale mining activities, which will see 3,000 Zambians being employed at the mine. The UPND government is working towards ensuring that all mines which were dormant or in court are revived for the benefit of the Zambian people. Currently, the copper belt is said to be on a revival path. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis, Copper Belt.
Also in the news, Minister of Technology and Science, Felix Mutati, says technology is the most strategic asset globally. Mr. Mutati said this during a public lecture on the future of artificial intelligence held at the University of Lusaka Silveris campus, organized by his ministry in conjunction with the university and other stakeholders. Kasweka Sakaimbo has the details.
Artificial intelligence, AI technology, allows computers and machines to simulate human intelligence in addition to problem-solving tasks in various settings. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Technology and Science is taking the lead in creating awareness in the future of AI in Zambia. The ministry, in conjunction with the University of Lusaka and other stakeholders, gave a public lecture on the future of AI ahead of the Future of AI in Africa Global Summit and Expo to be held on the 25th to 27th of June 2024 in Lusaka.
The law boy is telling us that sooner or later we shall have our own chat which will be talking to us in vernacular in order to understand the law correctly, so that nobody goes to prison because they did not understand what was going on. That is what AI is about. And this is what is being done by the boys. There's another boy who should have come here. This young man failed in Form 5. He failed mathematics. Kasonge. He's the first one that I met, in this type of AI. Having failed mathematics, he never gave up. He went ahead and created an AI solution that can solve any mathematical equation or problem. So, Professor, bring the boy here. He'll be able to deliver the results. It doesn't matter how complex the mathematical equation is, through his platform, he'll be able to provide you the answer. And the point I'm making is that even the method of teaching, Professor, must change. The way you deliver your classes, the way you deliver your material must change, because it's no longer cramming, it's no longer crunching. Let us use the brain power for insights, for decision making, for improving the quality of life.
And CompuConnect Education Group Chief Executive Officer Sarah Njamu says Zambia is uniquely positioned to embrace AI, which is set to boost the country's gross domestic product, GDP.
It is clear that AI is set to revolutionize every aspect of our lives. Africa must not be a passive observer in this transformation. Instead, we must take the initiative to develop and implement AI solutions that are tailored to our own context as Africans.
Meanwhile, Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA Commissioner General Dingani Banda says AI has a transformative potential in domestic revenue mobilization to drive economic growth in Zambia.
So as ZRA, we see the role of AI from a number of dynamics. The first one is it gives us an opportunity for advanced data analytics. It gives us an opportunity for advanced data analytics. Number two, we have an opportunity for machine-based risk analysis. Then number three, we have automated fraud detection. So AI can assist us, for example, to detect frauds. Then number four, we have automated audit case selection. AI has the potential to assist us select cases for audits. I think I want to focus mainly on one key aspect, that's widening the tax net. We are going to utilize external data to uncover new taxpayers. So in short, with leveraging of AI, we are going into an environment now where when you do business in Zambia, it will be very difficult for you not to be detected by ZRA. That's the future we're going into now.
The Future of Artificial Intelligence in Africa public lecture and pre-Global AI Summit launch is meant to raise awareness about artificial intelligence in Zambia to an inclusive AI community. Kasweka Sakambo reporting, Lusaka.
In other news, Minister of Tourism Rodney Sikumba says government, in conjunction with the United Nations Tourism UNT, is set to host the 67th meeting of the United Nations Tourism of the Regional Commission for Africa and the second United Nations Tourism Regional Conference on Brand Africa. Mr. Sikumba said that the two conferences will be held in Livingstone from the 22nd to the 24th of July 2024 under the theme Promoting Africa to Unlock Tourism Investment and the Sector's Growth Potential. He explains that the expression of interest by government in hosting both conferences is a clear testament of the ministry's immense desire to position the country as a meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions destination of choice. Addressing the media this morning in Osaka, Mr. Sikumba adds that the two conferences are expected to attract over 500 delegates.
The ministry is working towards positioning Zambia as a notable destination of choice for business tourism as well as leisure, owing to the vast and diverse tourism products that we are offering as a country. So the increased hosting of events is expected to enhance destination visibility for the tourism offering in our country. The government of the Republic of Zambia, in conjunction with the UN Tourism, will be hosting the 67th meeting of the UN Tourism of the Regional Commission for Africa and the UN Tourism Regional Conference on Brand Africa. Alongside that, we're going to have the second UN Tourism Regional Conference on Brand Africa. And the theme around the Brand Africa Conference is, and I quote, promoting Africa to unlock tourism investment and other sectors' growth potential. This will be held in Livingstone on between the 22nd to the 24th of July 2024. These two events will draw a lot of delegates. It is already envisaged that we'll probably be talking about in excess of about 500 plus delegates who are going to come through. The expression of interest by the government of the Republic of Zambia in hosting both conferences is a clear indication of my ministry's immense desire to position the country as a mass destination of choice. The ministry will take opportunity to launch another very interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, to launch the UN Tourism Doing Business Guidebook for Zambia. The launch of the investment guidebook will drive the impetus for the ministry to promote the attraction of credible foreign direct investment aimed to foster exceptional, rather exponential growth in the sector. The guidebook will further provide guidance on the increased FDI flows in niche subsectors such as accommodation, conferencing, wildlife safari tours, adventures, sports, gastronomy, and cultural tourism.
Secretary to the Cabinet Patrick Kangwa has called on public service workers to demonstrate the innovations and strides they have made towards service excellence ahead of the 2024 Africa Service Days. Mr. Kangwa has further urged the public service workers to continue being professional and hardworking in service delivery to Zambians. He notes that a citizen-centric public service calls for innovative mindset and critical thinking, as well as continuous learning and leadership development. Mr. Kangwa adds that the public service workers should also embrace ethical behavior and leverage on emerging technologies in their service delivery. The Secretary to the Cabinet said this when he officially launched the activities leading to the commemoration of this year's Public Service Day, whose official ceremonies will be held countrywide on Sunday, the 23rd of June, 2024.
This year, the Africa Public Service Day will be commemorated under the theme, Empowering a Citizen-Centric Public Service for an Inclusive and Thriving 21st Century Africa, a journey of lifelong learning and technological transformation. The theme underscores government's commitment to take development to all parts of our country. Government is committed to securing shared prosperity for all Zambians in the 21st century and beyond. The activities will take place from Thursday 20th June to Sunday 23rd June 2024 across the country. In Lusaka, the exhibitions will be held at the Piazza, East Park Mall. Similarly, exhibitions will be held in all the provinces, spearheaded by respective provincial administrations. The exhibitions present an opportunity for the members of the public to interact with various public institutions under one roof. It is also a platform for the private sector, civil society, and other stakeholders to engage in meaningful dialogue on enhancing service delivery to meet the demands of Zambia at 60 and of the 21st century.
Now, government says it has made progress in the development of the National Library Policy. Minister of Education Douglas Siakalima says the national document will soon be unveiled to stakeholders before submitting it to Cabinet. Zanis reports that speaking in a speech read on his behalf by Ministry of Education, Permanent Secretary for Education Services, Joe Kamoko, at the National Library Week Symposium, Mr. Siakalema said the document will be subjected to a validation process before presenting it to Cabinet. The minister admitted that the policy has taken time to be developed, but was quick to emphasize that steady progress has been made. Speaking at the same event, Library Information Association of Zambia, LIA's president, Mutinta Nawiyanda, said there's need to embrace technology in the libraries. And Zambia Library Services Assistant Director Sharon Liato said libraries are beacons of enlightenment and progress in the communities.
I want to acknowledge that there have been big achievements in the library space. For instance, the ministry has made progress in the development of national library policy and will soon be availing the document to stakeholders for onward submission to Cabinet. You know, we always validate our documents before we make it a policy position. And it's taken us time because we had other parties who were disputing our developing a policy position, but we're grateful that we've got here this far.
The rapid pace of technological advancement presents both challenges and opportunities. As such, we are working hard to invest in digital infrastructure, enhance our online services, and equip our members with the skills needed to navigate this new landscape, especially now with the advent of artificial intelligence. It's not our enemy. We need to embrace it and know how to utilize it in our spaces.
I encourage all of us to actively participate in the discussions, share our perspectives, and forge connections that will enrich our collective understanding. Together, let us envision the future of libraries as dynamic hubs of knowledge, inclusion, and empowerment.
On our health segment, government has commended the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, for the effective distribution of essential medicines in Mochinga province. Presidential Delivery Unit PDU lead for communication and outreach, Besa Kanyanyamina, made the commendation during a tour of the ZAMSA Medical Hub in Pika District. We have details by Peggy Gotinho.
The Presidential Delivery Unit, PDU, is happy with the storage and distribution of essential medicines to Mochinga and parts of Northern Province by the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA Medical Hub, which is stationed in Mpika District. A PDU team in the company of Mpika District Commissioner and the District Health Office representatives have visited the hub in Mpika.
You've showed us your distribution process, which we are very appreciative of, and you've also shared your challenges, and I think that this is what it should be. We should be able to have conversations on how we improve service delivery to Zambians, and this is one of those conversations that's very passionate. The President is very passionate about it. We've seen that you have done a commendable job in distributing essential drugs. The most important thing is that the citizens are having access to these essential drugs.
Mpika District Commissioner David Siame has urged ZAMSA and the District Health Office to work together in ensuring that facilities are well stocked.
You see, government purchasing medicines is one thing, and reaching out now to the patient now is another. Now, these beautiful facilities, and yet down there is nothing happening. We find it very difficult. The mother goes the pharmacy counter, OS here in stock. Together, ZAMSA here, and all the office of the DHD. We have to work always on our toes because we are dealing with human life.
Here, basically, we just stage them for less than 14 days. And within 14 days, these products have to be delivered direct to the facilities.
Peggy Gotinho for Zanis in Mpika, Mochinga Province.
Meanwhile, in Eastern Province, Provincial Minister Peter Piri says the government stands ready to work with the Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia in strengthening the country's health system through local manufacturing of pharmaceutical products. The minister said this through the Provincial Assistant Secretary Clement Chilembo during the Pharmacy Awareness Week held in Chipata.
Zambia still heavily depends on imported pharmaceutical products to meet its needs in health service delivery. Now, some Zambian pharmacists want to take advantage of the enabling policy environment provided by government to promote local manufacturing of pharmaceutical products. Peter Malasa is a Chipata-based local pharmacist.
Of Zambia, actually arising from the 8th National Development Plan, has taken this with great interest that we want to be a strong partner to our country, in the sense that when we are going to have the local manufacturing industry in Zambia, it means that we are going to cut on a lot of costs. For example, costs of transportation, freight. We are also going to have the commodities immediately available to our people, and also enhance our distribution so that wherever our people are that are in need of these care services, we should get them as and when required.
To promote pharmacy services, an awareness week has been held in Chipata. Eastern Province Minister Peter Piri officiated at the event and was represented by Assistant Secretary Clement Chilembo.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia has declared its position of alignment with the government agenda, especially in fostering economic development. The local pharmaceutical manufacturer is an effective instrument for economic recovery and improved access to quality health care, in line with His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema's vision, which is inspired in the 8th National Development Plan under the economic transformation and job creation and the social and human development strategic areas.
The association has lined up activities to educate the public about the critical role pharmacists play in health service delivery.
We have quite a number of activities that have been lined up. So for today, as we commence our commemoration, right here we have an open air clinic, and under this open air clinic we are doing a number of activities. Some of the activities that we are doing blood grouping. It's very, very important. These are some of the activities that have been lined up so that we can sensitize our community. And this is why, so today under the open air clinic, we are looking at blood grouping. It's very, very important. A number of the people in the community, they don't know that there are blood groups, and there are a lot of myths that surround the blood grouping. So today we have this team of experts who are here to explain to the community.
Simtafela, Zanis, Chipata District, Eastern Province. Still in Eastern Province, days after Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo gave a ministerial statement on the cholera outbreak in the province, where she also called for joint efforts in addressing the situation, the Ruben Mtolo Development Foundation has joined the fight. The foundation has provided pit latrine covers to households in Chipata District to encourage the covering of toilet facilities as a way of stopping flies from spreading the diarrheal disease. We have more in this report.
In her recent ministerial statement on the cholera outbreak affecting Eastern Province, Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo called for concerted efforts to achieve the goal of a cholera-free Zambia. And responding to this call, the Ruben Mtolo Development Foundation has provided toilet seats to the aged and disabled in Chipata District in order to enhance hygiene in communities. Apart from providing comfort to these groups of people, the seats are designed in a way that provides cover on a pit latrine in order to address the issue of flies spreading diarrheal diseases.
It opens, and after that, after using the toilet, after answering the call of nature, the toilet seat will close, meaning that the flies will not go in, and as flies will not go in, people are going to stay healthy. As you know, flies carry a lot of diseases like diarrhea and many other things. As you have heard that there's cholera here in Chipata, but with this, people are going to stay safe.
A conduit line to the donors so that we can reach the less privileged.
Items were presented to representatives of all the 5 wards in the district.
Toilet imeneyi mpando umeneyi wa toilet aka kanthu aka ndiye kamene timaguza ukakaguza katseka ukakalekerera katsegula ukakaguza katseka ukakalekerera katsegula tsono kanthu kamene kankofewa kwambiri sikafunanso mphamvu ngakhale munthu wodwala mpaka akaguze kameneka nukatsekanso nkanthu kothandiza kwambiri.
This actually will help the people to run away from the issue of cholera, which is actually the outbreak, especially in Chipata Central constituency. We are very pleased actually to inform the public that what the Honorable is doing is quite very important, especially for our communities. And this will go a long way to save even those who are less privileged.
At the time the first suspected cholera case was reported in Chipata on May 29th, Eastern Province has recorded about 35 confirmed cases, dotted across 5 districts. Abigail Kashweka reporting in Chipata.
And on the Copperbelt Province, Chimwemwe and Chamboli state-of-the-art Level 1 hospitals in Kitwe have been completed and have since been opened to the public. United Party for National Development, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda, in the company of Provincial Minister Elisha Matambo, toured the 2 facilities and was impressed with the quality of the equipment and services offered. Here's a report by Liz Chimonya.
The construction of Chimwemwe and Chamboli Level 1 hospitals in Kitwe have been completed. The 2 hospitals, constructed at over $46 million, are expected to decongest Kitwe Teaching Hospital. Copperbelt Minister Elisha Matambo, in the company of United Party for National Development, UPND Secretary General Batuke Imenda, toured the 2 facilities and expressed satisfaction with the quality of the infrastructure and the equipment installed.
Hospital where we are coming from, the quality is extremely good. I'm sure you've seen that state-of-the-art hospital with its own oxygen plant, the equipment inside is modern. Coming to this one, which is in here, Sakile, Chamboli, around this area, this is one of the best works I've ever seen in terms of construction. I was telling the Secretary General that some of the panels I've seen, some of the things I've put, you think you are in a 5-star hotel, but you are in the hospital. I'm sure you can also see where our mothers are going to be doing their deliveries, and this issue to do with maternity, it's always on the lips of our president. He wants our mothers to deliver in an environment which is conducive. That's why he's given us a directive to say every health post, every clinic, every hospital should have a maternity wing. It should also have mother's shelter and things like that. So I think I want to congratulate the contractor who's doing this work. First of all, I also want to salute our partners, JICA, the government led by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, for this very nice hospital.
And Mr. Imenda promised more development of such nature following the restructured national debt repayment.
The government now has a breathing space in the sense that the money which was supposed to have gone to pay the loans are the ones that are coming up with the buildings. So under very difficult conditions, the government is delivering to those people that inherited a hefty, very hefty treasury from MMD. When MMD was leaving government, we were middle economy country. We were middle economy, meaning we had so much money in our reserves. You did not see all these facilities. But through our vision carrier, President Hakainde Hichilema, this is what you are seeing. These plus all the facilities that you are seeing that are coming through CDF are actually complementing all what you are seeing. These are capital projects direct from government, but CDF is coming up as well. So basically, these other challenges are going to be addressed. By the time we clock 5 years, you will appreciate what we have done.
Earlier, Chimwemwe Level 1 Hospital Superintendent Dr. Webster Mlinga highlighted the services on offer.
The important state-of-the-art facility that we have, that essentially in the district, we are the ones that are providing CT scan, and therefore all the institutions are essentially preparing those services to us. That said, we've been receiving questions from Frira, Chambishi, Kamurushi, all those have been sending questions to us.
Mr. Matambo and Mr. Imenda also took time to present a baby hamper on behalf of President Hakainde Hichilema to the first baby born at Chimwemwe Level 1 Hospital. President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to commission the 2 hospitals soon. Liz Ngobeka reporting for Zanis in Kitwe.
Still in Kitwe, but in another development, the National Pension Scheme Authority Napsa management has expressed concern that the high level of non-compliance in paying contributions by local authorities may affect financing of its capital projects, including the Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway. Napsa Regional Manager Mushoke Namiluko says the authority depends on money from contributions to fund its investments, and when institutions are not remitting their contributions, the projects may fail. We have details in this report.
The initiative by the National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA to venture into capital projects in a bid to grow its capital is yielding fruits. The investment in business ventures such as real estate, hotels, shopping malls and conference centers has significantly raised the authority's capital to a level where it is able to pay out claims on time. NAPSA is now funding the much-awaited Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway and other capital investments. However, these initiatives are being threatened by non-compliance in contributions by some institutions. For example, councils across the country owe NAPSA 10 billion kwacha in unpaid contributions and penalties. And management is concerned.
We are all welcome to this very, very important engagement, where as NAPSA we are interacting with the Ministry of Local Government and Housing, Ministry of Finance, to see how best we can go around the issues of debt, which is owed by the different local authorities. Speaking to that, currently the various local authorities owe the National Pension Scheme Authority an amount of 10 billion kwacha, of which 1.3 billion kwacha is principal amount, and then the balance is money which is owed in terms of penalties. So we are here to engage, to see how best we can put in place different strategies, to see how this debt can be zeroed, reduced, or totally eliminated. Our mandate as NAPSA is to collect contributions, invest those contributions, and pay the benefits. This is the same money that we have paid, which we are investing, like on the famous Ndola Lusaka Road, where NAPSA has pumped in $300 million US. This is the same money which is coming from the local authorities, from the government in general, and from the private sector. On the other side, government, which accounts for 40% of what NAPSA contributes, central government, has had no issues.
To this effect, NAPSA and the Ministry of Local Government held an engagement meeting in Kitwe with councils from Copperbelt, Ruapula and Northwestern provinces to find a lasting solution to the problem.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development is excited about this workshop. The workshop has come at no better time than now, when local authorities are looking for solutions to their huge indebtedness that have affected service delivery and execution of other mandates. As a ministry, we are certain that ultimately through this important engagement, we will have something on the table regarding the debt and other outstanding issues, and indeed we will deepen the existing working relationship. It is therefore expected that through this engagement, the local authorities will begin to do their part, and NAPSA their part too.
And NAPSA Copperbelt Area Manager urged the councils to take advantage of the reduced penalty rates to clear their debts.
And we have a good number of councils that have also become current in terms of remittances. However, there are these debts that are still owed, and we are hopeful that from these interactions, this issue will be a thing of the past. So basically, when an employer does not remit on time, there is a penalty that is charged. So previously, our penalty rate was at 20%, but it has been reduced to 10%. So that is what is added to that which was not remitted. Why do we charge this penalty? It's because we have lost the opportunity to invest the fund so that we can grow and earn a return on it.
The need to comply with Napsa contributions cannot be overemphasized, as it benefits workers and the nation at large. Liz Ngobeka reporting for Zanis in Kitwe.
Zanis News continues. Government has procured over 7,000 school desks using the Constituency Development Fund in Mwinilunga District. Town Council Chairperson Jonathan Chinyimba has described the procurement of desks as historical, attributing it to the visionary leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema on education. Obed Lijimo has the rest of the story.
Mwinilunga Town Council has procured 7,000 desks since the presidential pronouncement to have no child sitting on the floor in 2022. The desks have been procured using the 2022 and the 2023 Constituency Development Funds. Town Council Chairperson Jonathan Chinyimba checks on the desks stocked at Mwinilunga Boarding Secondary School, which is also being used as a distribution center.
We are very much happy and proud with the New Dawn government over the gesture of supplying the desks, or a directive that came from the head of state, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, that he doesn't want to see any pupil sitting on the floor.
Mr. Chinyimba wants local contractors to adhere to contractual terms.
I'm requesting all the contractors to do tangible work by providing us quality desks that will allow our children to learn well. In fact, this time around, we even gave instructions to some of the contractors that we will not be paying them even when they win a tender, but they should provide the desks, they deliver them, we see them, we monitor and check on them. Only those that are of high quality are the desks that we'll be getting.
Pupils at Mwinilunga Boarding are thankful to government for the desks.
We have received almost about 318 on our school, and I am here to appreciate the New Dawn government who's empowering us with these desks. And what's suffering anyone like I used to sit 4 on desks.
Should be taking care of our desks because it's not easy to manufacture such huge number of desks.
Management at the school needs special furniture to use in the laboratories.
We are also lobbying for the stools which the learners at this time they are using in the laboratory, so that easy learning will take place.
Over 4,000 desks have since been distributed to all schools in the district. Reporting for Zanis, Obed Elejim in Mwinilunga District, Northwestern Province.
Also in education news, the Minister of Education in Northern Province has commended private schools in Kasama District for initiating programs that are promoting learners' academic performance. Northern Province Education Standards Officer Rina Kamanga said this at the first ever Kasama Private School Bash in Kasama, where pupils from various private schools were competing in spelling and quiz. Japhet Munkondia covered the event and gives us more in this report.
Positive interaction among children helps them to improve their academic performances and encourage them to develop social skills, which is key in improving their emotional intelligence. This is why private schools in Kasama District have organized the first ever private school academic bash to allow children from different private schools interact with each other. The event was graced by Northern Province Education Standards Officer Rina Kamanga.
Parents have entrusted us with these little learners and that we should impart knowledge. But I want to urge you, it should not just end on imparting knowledge, but also we need to help them grow into very responsible adults. Teach them manners. Help them develop good behaviors. Let them respect others. Let them respect each other.
The organizers of the event could not hide their joy.
I can confess that today has been much more a familiar gathering where we have interacted as 7 private schools. We are not the only private schools in town, but we believe and hope that more can come on board even when we have such another event.
Parents and pupils had this to say.
I
I said that as we are even going to write our exams, all of these things that we have learned today, we are going to write them in our exam papers and we shall not fail. And for you to achieve your goals in life is by working hard in school, being respectful and obedient to elders, and making sure that nothing bad happens in your life.
Notion of equality before justice is a way in which democracy supports human rights.
I've seen improvement in the learners. Even the spellings were much difficult. Some of us parents, we failed even to spell them. But it was good. We enjoyed it. It was lovely.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama District, I'm Javet Munkondia.
The Electronic Government Division Smart Zambia Institute has started the distribution of 8 Starlink kits to post offices and youth resource centers in all the provinces across the country. The development comes after the launch of the Starlink satellite internet service in the country in order to improve access to internet connectivity, especially in rural areas. Zanis reports that the flagging off of the distribution exercise in Lusaka today, Smart Zambia Assistant Director in charge of networks, Python Chikoye, said the distribution of the kits is in line with government's desire to improve digital access and connectivity in rural and underserved areas. Mr. Chikoye explained that the Starlink kits will provide free internet access to the public, facilitating seamless access to government digital services and empowering citizens in remote areas with enhanced connectivity and access to critical resources. He noted that the development is also aimed at promoting the social and economic development of the areas where the network will be installed, with the youth being a major beneficiary. Mr. Chikoye added that the government has invested heavily in information communication technology, ICT infrastructure, including the procurement of over 500 Starlink kits, which are set to be delivered to local authorities and health facilities.
We're here at the Smart Zambia warehouse, where we're flagging off 89 Starlink kits that are going countrywide to youth resource centers and post offices. This is the first batch that is going to the Copper Belt. These will cater to all the post offices and all the youth resource centers that we have in the country. As you know, Smart Zambia has embarked on a digital transformation of this country. We're looking at ensuring that by the end of the third quarter, we should have finished deploying all the Starlink kits that were procured. And what we've started with is ensuring that all the youth resource centers and all the post offices in the country. So this is an initiative to ensure that even the people in the remotest part of this country can have access to these kits and the service that government will give. So when you get to the post office, you will have this as a free service to the citizen who's going to be able to now do all that they need to do on the government service bus as though they were here in Lusaka, be it paying for their land rates, applying for any services on road tax, or you're talking about Ministry of Lands, anything to do with ZRA, all the services that we have that are sitting on the government service bus, which you need to access using the internet. This is the medium that we're going to use for every citizen in the country to be able to walk into a youth resource center, do their research, walk into the post office to ensure that they can be able to access this minus having to spend from their own pocket.
In Western Province, Provincial Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has called on government departments which contribute towards revenue collection in the province to work collectively and not in isolation. Mr. Akapelwa says the government spends a lot of money on departments which contribute to revenue collection, hence they should also meet their targets through effective revenue collection strategies such as teamwork.
Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa has called on government departments which contribute towards revenue collection in the province to work collectively, not in isolation. Mr. Akapelwa was in Lukulu district to meet with officers from Forestry Department for both Lukulu and Mitete districts to appreciate challenges being faced.
We are going round the province to find out from you, our colleagues. You are the operatives, you are on the ground. So you know better why we didn't achieve the targets. What were the challenges or constraints? Where did we miss the opportunities, etc.? And it's you people who can give us the advice what to do better. We should ensure that forest reserves are well managed so that we provide benefits, economics benefits, social benefits, and we also grow it because it's a resource, so that we leave this of our generations for our children, grandchildren, so, and ourselves. We are supposed to protect the forest which we have. That's by harvesting, making harvest from that forest responsibly. Also, where we can, grow it, expand it by growing more trees or activities which promote.
And Principal Forestry Officer Messi Kanduru, who accompanied the Permanent Secretary, urged her officers to scale up patrols and monitoring in order to raise revenue.
The other thing, I think in terms of illegality in nature, what I've noticed is that people, they don't have much information. They don't know in terms of where timber is supposed to be harvested. People will come to the office because we've got one concession which is there. They'll come to the office to buy production. When they go into the city, they go anywhere and they present that paper, saying we've already have the paper, about the paper at the office.
And also appreciate the challenges and also hear from the district the strategies they put in place to scale up where they may have not performed well, and also to agree, resolve together how best we can improve our performance for the next half of the year.
The Permanent Secretary took time to inspect the district's nurseries as well as timber loading bays. Rita Kabindama, Zanis, Lukulu District, Western Province.
Finally, in the news, Lukulu District Commissioner Kelly Kapako has expressed appreciation to farmers and stakeholders for holding a successful district agricultural and commercial show amidst challenging times of the effects of climate change. Mr. Kapako notes that the farmers have continued to work tirelessly as exhibited during the 2023-2024 farming season, which witnessed harsh effects of climate change. The District Commissioner was speaking during this year's District Agricultural and Commercial Show held under the theme Creating a Competitive Future. We have details in this report.
Lukulu District Commissioner Kelly Kapaku has expressed appreciation to farmers and stakeholders for holding a successful district agriculture and commercial show amid these challenging times of the effects of climate change. He was speaking during this year's District Agriculture and Commercial Show held over the weekend under the theme Creating a Competitive Future.
As we gather here today in the midst of a challenging time of climate change, it is with great appreciation and admiration that we come together to celebrate the resilience and determination of our agricultural community. In the face of adversity, our farmers have continued to display unwavering commitment to their land and livestock. Despite the harsh conditions and hardships they have faced, especially during the 2023-2024 farming season. This year, more than ever, it is important to recognize and support our farmers. The impact of drought has been felt deeply across our district and the country as a whole. The new Dawn government intends to empower small and medium-scale farmers who play a crucial role in Zambia's agricultural sector in contributing to the national food security and rural employment, amongst other positive strides.
Meanwhile, Lukulu District Straw Society Chairperson Branch Peshi said that the society recognizes the opportunities for growth and development for farmers.
drought and climate change are testing our resilience and our ability to adapt. As farmers, we are on the front lines of this crisis. As farmers, we are innovators. We can turn this crisis into an opportunity to build a more sustainable and resilient agricultural sector. We must work together to find solutions in order for our agriculture to thrive. We must embrace new technologies such as the use of irrigation and farming techniques.
Other stakeholders took an opportunity to showcase services they offer in line with the theme of the show.
For us to interpret that it's an everyday thing that we do every year. Because as we train the youth, the young people, we are training them to compete with others in the skills that they learn. So it means for us is to advance in our training to them. We have introduced new equipment that will help them.
Learners that we want to groom into being competitive, and minus the ECE, they grow up into that direction.
Conservation farming. Conservation farming.
Many are free to come at Santa Maria, especially those that are graduating from secondary school. Then this school is really helping the community in so many ways, whereby I would say those that are graduating from secondary school are in Mitete, Lukulu, and other nearest like Kaoma, Mongu. They are also free to come and train from Santa Maria College of Nursing and Midwifery, so that we train them that they can also become nursing, they can also be nurses that are going to help the community at large.
Rita Kabindama, Zanis, Local District, Western Province.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Luanshya copper mine pumps out over 2 million cubic meters of water. Secretary to the Cabinet launches Public Service Day activities. Government commends Napsa for effective distribution of drugs in Mochinga province. Plus, Napsa expresses concern over non-compliance in paying contributions by local authorities. And that is all we had for you on Zanis News. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the entire production team, it is goodbye and God bless.